Yes, family tree, welcome. Another session, another movement research. We know the premise of these sessions now, using a subtle principle or anchor point to allow us to create even more freedom in how our body wants to move and how we want to move, as opposed to spoon feed and give cookie cutter kind of ways of moving. How can it be sincere to us? And the little principle we're going to use today is, I just call it like a back sweep. It's kind of just meeting this anchor point position, and we're going to use this as a principle, and I'm going to layer in some skills, some acrobatics, some rolling elements. What's going on out there? So I don't know, I just call this it's like Negativa hand back sweep, we'll call it today. So yeah, that's going to be the session. Warm up, into it. So nice wide base, nice anchor point here, and transitioning down onto one side, lifting the heel. See if you could maybe float, if you want to, the foot. Just having fun with the strength of the knee, and then coming back up and down to the other side. Lifting the heel, options to stay here, float the foot, explore the balance, and back up. And we'll get into the hips a little bit here as we come all the way down. Windshield wipe. Can we treat it a little bit like this Newton's cradle? So lift up as much as you can, then the next knee follows. Turn in and release. Lift, open, close. It's getting more into that internal rotation. Nice. And then from there, as we turn in, we're going to push up onto that raised knee side and then come over. How close can you get your knee towards the floor? And back again. And you can have the hands behind the back, and we'll switch sides. Knee rolls in, balance up, balancing on the ball of the foot. How close can you get your knee to the floor? And back, and rewind. Options to do this without the hands, a couple more each side. One more. And let's get onto the wrist a little bit. So we're just going to do trust falls with ourselves here. So from kneeling position, we're going to timber forward, so we lift up through, and just allow the weight of the head to bring you down. And then the hands catch you spontaneously. Try not to expect the floor, but just relax in the moment. Your body's natural capacity to not break your nose shows up, let it show up. You can also do it without the knees on the floor. Tip forwards. Ooh. Land nice and suspenseful, nice and buoyant. One more. Okay. So, kind of prepped a little bit there. Just something to wake the body up, prime it. So, first little movement just to incorporate the back sweep. I'll show from different angles and we'll layer into some nice, gentle sort of microbatics. So from here, I'm going to go into, while I'm mirroring you, my left side. So base down, the heel lifts and the hands just come down into a nice reaching point. So I'm not too, I don't have to lean forwards, but don't have it too close to the body, like something that's quite relaxed. But it's going to give space for your free leg, the right foot, to sweep behind as you press through the hands. And in the last moment, you're going to bend the knee, place down the foot, and then rotate your knees through neutral. Like so. So I'll show from another angle. Here, as I come down, we'll do it on the right side. Here. So bend down, hands come down, sweep. In the last one, bend the knee as you anchor through both feet. The knees can pull around and lift your body up. So explore this in your space. And you can just stand up from it. So as I reach, hook, bend, neutralize, open up. Reach down, hook, bend, open. Can you really allow, I really like this idea when I'm working with opposite lines of tension. As the hips are the anchor point of balance in this context here, can your head almost follow behind like ripples in a water? I like to think if you've got a piece of string and like there's just, actually it works with a piece of string, but if there's just something a bit more buoyant on the end, imagine you're pulling it through the water and it's going to leave like these very gentle ripples out. And it's not like it's this fixed pole that's just getting swung around, but the string is just following. And I like to think of the spine moving in the same way. Here my hips are pulling and the head, then it centers. It just adds a nice texture, a nice feeling with the movement. Let's layer up into this a little bit more. So now we're going to come into a weight shift through the hands, a single leg weight shift. So base down, sweep, bend, pull, keep the momentum, hands come down, and weight shift back up. That weight shift there, head relaxed, reach, to go on to another side. Boom. Reach, weight shift. On that weight shift, play with two different qualities. Quality one, be mindful coming in and out. So as you're weight shifting, this leg nice and strong. Land, as you hop, you land in the same place. This is going to bring you a little bit more control through the shoulders because you have to be really intentional the way you come in, the way you come out. I'll do two. Feel free to pause in this moment and have a few reps if you like. So here, so come down, sweep on that reach, land nice and soft in that same spot and come up nice and strong. Another fun dynamic of that will be as you weight shift, intentionally take your foot into any other direction on a semicircle, left or right. I'll do one each side. Oh, I've done that side. See how it's just kind of following a different path, makes things interesting, keeps it open, keeps it exploratory. So we're going to treat that as understanding the principle there. We've probably done a lot of those now to feel into that sweep. So let's bring it into, I really, really love using it out of a roll. It's actually like a bit of a habit of mine, but because we're already discussing kind of like there is such an openness to what we can even feel like how simple that movement was and how actually exploratory it can be. So I don't mind that it's a habit, and it still feels like quite fresh, but also very familiar, which is lovely. Helps us sort of stay within a certain flow. So from the rolls, we're going to, so the concept will be anchoring down through a foot and it's meeting that same sweep position. So as I anchor down through a foot, it then creates the sweep. Again, I anchor through a foot and sweep. If the roll feels a bit clunky, inconsistent, here's a few really important things to note. And then we're gonna up the kind of the variety of it, but it's also gonna up the difficulty of it as well, very subtly. So here, few things to note. Some people find rolls really difficult. If you're rolling over to your right side, put your hands like this, almost like a diamond, but not quite, a bit more relaxed. Back of the hands. And if you're rolling over the left shoulder, back of the hands, like so. So you'll see it here. Hands above. And then what happens from here? They will naturally flip to finish the movement. What a lot of people do in rolls, especially if the core is a little bit disengaged, people will press their hands and then it gets like really heavy. It's because your hands are clawing to reality. The moment you sweep and exhale, the roll will just finish. That's usually a crux for a lot of people, so toy with that. Hand sweep and exhale, especially if you're working the non-dominant side. So, bearing that in mind, now we can toy with the variety / difficulty. We can play with ipsilateral, which is same shoulder, same foot, same shoulder, same foot. Or we can play with contralateral. Grounded shoulder, opposite foot. Grounded shoulder, opposite foot. I'm being very specific there because it's really nice to have this context to know where we can open up intentionally as well. So from here, the whole sequence now of what we're going to research for the next few minutes will be shoulder stand, same shoulder, same foot. Coming up, optional, little weight shift. Shoulder stand, same shoulder, same foot, sweep. We also have contralateral now, a bit more spicy, a bit more interesting. So come up, opposite shoulder, opposite foot. So instead of the natural side coming down, I'm going to cut it across and back sweep. Left shoulder, right foot. So, next few minutes, toy with that. Shoulder stand, hands on the lower back, if you want to work with that. So I just got a dizzy spell, and I tried to mask it. The world just went blind for... The world didn't go blind, I went blind to the world for a few seconds, but we're back. We can also play with the flow by having the hands down by the side and sweeping them into position. Hands by the side, and they sweep up into position. So I'm just gonna hit the flow, the 4 different variations, and I would like you to either, after that, take a note and be like, yeah, or pause it, give it a go, or let it show up in the later part of the session. So from here, I curl up, bend into the knees, thighs in towards the belly, ipsilateral, right side. I'm gonna come straight back down for the roll. Sweep. Thighs to chest, left side, ipsilateral. Ipsi is same side, remember. Right side, contralateral. Left side, contralateral. Like so. That's that segment done. Enjoy those rolls. I really like using them. You know? What else have we got? I've got notes here. Okay. That's kind of all of the back sweep actually. So now I just want to lay it up and give you guys something quite dynamic, something fun. First thing is going to be, let's work kind of backwards a bit. Chapeau, Jicoro. One of my favorites here. Let's put it in. Here I'm on a contralateral balance. I'm not going to kick the ass out of this terminology. You place right foot down, left hand down. If you understand that premise, we're in a contralateral balance. Here, ipsilateral. Okay, so chapeau. Nice and simple. From this pretzel shape, hooking the leg, hand down, and as I place it down, I'm actually opening the shoulder a little bit here. My free hand and the hooking leg is, I'd like to think of it like, they move like a puppet on a string. They work together kind of thing to help create lightness through momentum. The power comes from the foot transitioning into the hand and the shoulder. So it's like we're feeling the strength in the ground and we let our body feel a lot less heavy with the floating side. We can do this in a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Like so. 1, 2, 3. Notice I did 2 variations there. Let's dive in a little bit more. Once we've created the lightness and the push, 1, 2, 3, what can we do with the intention of the limbs? With the hands, I really like to reach. And as I follow, the more I really swing here, the rest of the body just follows. And that's really important because it's very easy to focus so much on the power of the legs that this is really like, doesn't really have a role, it's purposeless, and then it makes our body feel really heavy. So I like to reach and follow the hand with the eyes. So here, 1, 2, 3. And you'll feel it, pick the body up, but you need to reach. Like, this is where this idea of the opposing lines of tension draw in again. And it's really this power of visualization. I like to lead from the hand, but I imagine there's a rope tied on the end of my fingers, or tied around the wrist. And someone with a car, let's say, or a motorbike accelerates a bit faster. Here's it. Goes, it's pulling on your hand. And this hand is getting pulled, like so. On cue, that's the motorbike that we're using. I don't know if you heard that, but yeah. 1, 2, 3. And as you feel that reach, like, you'll feel all that lightness show up in the body. 1, 2, reach. Second variation. Another thing that can be nice is reaching and chasing to the floor. But when I say chase, it's this really patient rainbow arc. It's not just like cutting your arm across the face and splatting the hand down. So here, same prep. 1, 2, 3. What's really common is like this. Get to the ground, but use that motorbike. Reach. 1, 2, 3. And it's like this kind of like closed off macaco variation. Chapeau macaco. It feels like kind of a master scoot in tricking. So that's some variations you can toy with. How do we get into this position? This is going to be a really fun bit now. So we've already worked on that weight shift from the sweep. We're now going to add a carousel. Wow. And we're up. You see that? Sweep. And we're there. I don't even know if I'm in the shot. Got a bit too close there. So, carousel. We kind of worked on this from here and being up on the ball of the foot. What do we do from here? Spin backwards. So we've got the base leg and we've got the free leg. On the base leg, we spin backwards. And it's almost like this foot's getting dragged behind. So as I spin back, the hands can support. It hooks from here, weight shift, and now we're here. We can give it little pop. And that spiral can also help with momentum too. Finish the sweep. Wow, we stay on that base foot. Like so. Hopefully that carousel makes sense. Another way we can do it from standing, which can be quite fun, is take a step forwards. That becomes the base foot, and it's like you're traveling down and backwards. Let me do it this direction. So step forwards as I travel down, pivot backwards, and we have the full connection there. But you can feel it. What's really important is a lot of the grounding is here, so this leg has freedom to find the hook. Okay. Let's leave it there. So for now. You know what? We're gonna add one more acrobatic because I think it will tie things together quite nicely. Forward macaco. So it's almost like an opposite intention from this backwards reach here. Now we can try going forwards. I've kind of broken this down in a few videos. I'll demonstrate what I'm talking about, so feel free to skip ahead if it's something that's a bit newer to you. Stay along with the video. Again, my paranoia is showing up. Is it still recording? Yes. Okay. So, forward macaco. Like so. There we are. If you feel familiar with that, you can skip ahead. I'll break that movement down. Actually, how it's going to look all together. Sorry, this is really like, it's become unhinged. I've gone way off my notes and I'm just getting ideas as they spontaneously come up. So, we're going to link this with the chapeau. So if I go spiral, carousel, chapeau, forward macaco. Again, spiral, chapeau, macaco. That's going to be the acrobatic ending. Obviously you can play with the dynamism of it, suited to ability, experience, blah, blah, blah. So that's the full thing. Breaking down the forward macaco. Because I've already spoke about this in some other videos, I'm gonna give just a little bit of a cookie cutter kind of build up into it, see how you take to it through repetition. I like to step one leg, reach the hands on the same line as my legs. So if my hands are like this, I just take it to the side and reach. So as I step that foot in front, but reach. And that reach is now going to help this back leg to scorpion tail. And I'm really kicking that foot to the bum and then landing in this very familiar position. Wow, we've done already, but slightly higher. So again, step, reach, slide. And that's forward macaco. Repeat that a couple of times, both sides. Step, reach, kick, slide. The more you allow the slide and the kick, the more it's going to force you into that open body as well, which brings the arching shape. Next layer up. Now, as you step, reach, you're going to hop off the leading foot and not only scorpion tail this foot, but scorpion tail the hopping foot as well. So the front foot kick and this leg joins the party as well, because you really want that momentum to bring you round. Step, reach, kick, kick. You might have heard my mic headbutt me. So yeah, kick, kick. Step, reach, kick, straight away. And that brings us into this sort of like grounded forward macaco. I really like this build up because it's quite forgiving. So, once you've landed that forward macaco, it takes you straight into a roll. Ergo, we have our full sequence. We see? That worked together quite nicely. I like that. So that's going to be the sequence we work on today, hopefully. You see how something so simple, that premise there, just builds up for so much exploration. That's the sweet spot of this. I enjoy this one. So yeah, love guys. If you vibe with that, run away with it. I think that I've already kind of said the things I need to say. Yeah, if you like the thing, like it, leave a message, leave a comment, subscribe, please subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Teachers out there that are using this as well, such a great resource, but sharing's caring. And please, yeah, feel free to signpost your students, people you're playing with, people you're exploring with, to these as well, because it's a lovely reference point, I think, and I'm not here trying to hoard or be scarce with the information that I share, but if you're finding value from it and sharing it as well, then yeah, it'd be cool. Anyway, oh yeah, extended form of gratitude. You can buy me a coffee if you like. Love, 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 family tree.